Anna Montana. Anna Montana. So this Jack guy, you guys, I'm not really sure what to think right now. He's got me, and you see his page here. He's listed as an actor, writer, director, producer, all the above.
She
But
was in the
something he said
bathroom.
on
I
his
sit down,
video,
chilling. She come back out. See, she had dropped a box of Monistat on her way in the bathroom. She had dropped. I guess she dropped it. She come back out. She grabbed it. She went back in there. I try to act like I ain't even see. I'm like, okay, so at this point, I'm questionable at this moment. I'm like, I don't know if I should go. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on now. You guys are supposedly about to have sex, and she drops a box of Monistat?
I sit down, chilling. She come back out. See, she had dropped a box of Monistat on her way in the bathroom. She had dropped. I guess she dropped it. She come back out. She grabbed it. She went back in there. I try to act like I ain't even see. I'm like, okay, so at this point.
So that was just a small clip pulled from Jack's 7-part video explaining his surviving Cardi B experience. But Tasha K, of course, jumped on this. One of my favorite bloggers, by the way, Tasha K. She jumped on this and interviewed him over the phone and confirmed that, yes, he did see a box of Monistat drop on the ground, which is similar to what Star Marie said in her interview, right?
This morning, and I thought I heard you say she came out the bathroom and dropped a box of Monistat.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Okay, so listen. I don't know if
This
you
is
saw the
obviously a
interview
joke
that I
to
did
him.
with Star Marie.
With who?
With Star Marie. She was another
Oh,
stripper.
yeah. She was another one worked in the club with Cardi and shit.
Yeah, she said that Cardi kept boxes of Monistat with her.
I'm trying to tell y'all, come on. Y'all think I'm playing?
Hell no. Okay.
You gotta keep that Monistat handy, you know.
Okay, so Tasha is taking it like the facts are matching up, right? Because Star Marie told her about the Monistat, and now she's hearing Monistat for a second time from this dude who claims he's been a victim of Cardi B. He's been drugged and raped by Cardi B. And I think the only reason it's not clicking for her, that this isn't making sense, is because of what she's been through with Cardi B. And I'm about to point out to you guys exactly why this does not make sense. This part of this man's story basically jumped out to me as a detail in someone's story that they're trying to throw in there to make it seem more believable. But in this case, little did he know, because he's not a female, it had made his story very unbelievable. I don't know how much this guy, thinks he knows about Monistat, but obviously he does not know much, because no woman in their right mind would insert Monistat in their vagina before having sex with someone. So for those of you that don't know, Monistat is an antifungal medicine that is placed into the vagina with, if you see on the top middle, you see that little applicator and you see that little thing that looks like an egg. You place that egg in your vagina and it basically melts. A lot of women like to do it overnight because they don't really notice it, but it melts and it coats your vagina with a medicine that is then absorbed through the lining of your vagina. Monistat comes in 3 different versions, 1, 3, and 7, basically referring to the number of days that the treatment takes to work. Monistat 1 takes 1 full day to work, Monistat 3 takes 3 days to work, and Monistat 7 takes 7 days to work. None of these medicines are instant. So if a woman has a yeast infection, she's probably feeling very uncomfortable, very itchy, very, red and raw down there, and she goes to the store, and she's probably having discharge as well, a lot of it. So she goes to the store and she either buys a 1, 3, or 7 depending on her funds. I think a Monistat 1 is, I have no clue how much it is, honestly, but I know it's much more expensive than the Monistat 7. So basically, if you have more money to spend, you can get rid of your yeast infection in just 1 day. You see there, it says an ovule insert. So it's like a little egg that you insert inside of you, right? There's a lot of different reasons for getting these. For example, my ex-best friend, I say ex because she has passed away now. She still is my bestie though. She used to get these all the time. And when she was broke, she would buy the Monistat 7. When she had money, she would get, Monistat 1. Diabetic women get these a lot because their immune system is lowered. Yeast infections are very uncomfortable. The last thing on a person's mind when they have a yeast infection is sex. And the last thing on someone's mind after they spend money on a Monistat is to go waste that medicine having sex. As you see here, it says, do not have vaginal intercourse while using Monistat 1. They don't even want you to use tampons because they remove some of the drug from the vagina. Do not douche because douching may wash the drug out of the vagina. It's just like, who would go buy this medicine just to let it melt all over someone as they have sex with them? It just doesn't make sense. So let's say a stripper has a yeast infection and she wants to take someone home to a room to possibly trick them out of some money. Do you think that she would go to the bathroom, waste her $30 or whatever Monistat in her vagina just to have sex with someone and let them obviously see this medication or discharge or whatever they may take it to be melting all over their genitals? Or do you think that she would just tough it out, have sex with the guy, and then go home and put the Monistat in? Let me just ask this. Women, if you have ever had a yeast infection, would you ever insert Monistat before having sex with someone? Would you put a large egg of medicine that is going to melt all over the person you're having sex with? Would you insert that into your vagina while having a yeast infection? Better yet, would you have sex with someone? Well, we can't say that because she was a stripper and she was a little bit ratchet. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna have sex with someone, she would probably just tough it out. There is no way she would insert Monistat into her vagina. It would just make it worse. It would make it more noticeable. It would not help her in the least bit. So my opinion, guys, is this King Jack actor saw this Star Marie interview a long time ago involving Cardi B and saw how Star Marie commented about Cardi B having boxes of Monistat. He probably saw the video the other day where Cardi B said she drugged and raped men, and he saw this as the perfect opportunity to make up a story to bring clout to his little Instagram page with 2,000 followers. This is obviously a way for him to gain fame. I was sitting back waiting for someone to do this, but I really didn't think they would take it to the level of researching a video about someone else, that someone like what Star Marie said about Cardi B, to try to gather little facts to make his story seem more believable. But I really do think that's what he did. He picked a fact that he knew would make his story seem more believable and he used it. And sorry to say, but either him and Tasha K set this up or Tasha K fell directly into his trap. I'm a huge Tasha K fan. Do not jump on me, winos. I am a wino. All I'm saying is that Tasha K is either, once again, doing this for entertainment. Hopefully, she doesn't really believe this guy. Or she really believes this guy due to her bias right now from the hate that she feels from Cardi B suing her. There is no way that she, as a woman, does not know that we do not do this. We do not use Monistat and then have sex with people. That doesn't even make sense. If you're a woman and you have ever done this, please, in the comments, leave me a comment and say, you know what, Anna Montana, you are wrong. I have inserted a huge ovule of Monistat right before I have sex with my man. It is enjoyable. I mean, come on now. I mean, I freaking love Tasha K. She's my favorite blogger. I watch her every day. I mean, I sit and wait for content from her. Like, she's the most entertaining YouTuber, blogger out there. But there is a huge possibility that she, met this guy and made this plan to let him come out with this information and even drop the little fact about the Monistat in there to make this seem more believable. But even if she did, I wouldn't be mad at her. This is what she does for a living. She gets paid to do things like this. This is how she gets her bag, guys. You really can't be mad at her. However, I just don't understand how she expects the rest of us to believe this. How are we supposed to believe that Cardi B ran to the bathroom to insert Monistat before she had sex with someone that she's already drugged? Like, none of this is making sense. First of all, he's already drugged. How are you going to have sex with him? Why would you not just wait till he falls asleep and rob him blind? Why does there even have to be sex anywhere in this? Especially, like, why does there have to be Monistat anywhere in this? Obviously, it's one of those little details that someone puts into a story to make it seem believable. But when you have someone like me that can see lies and spot lies in a heartbeat, it doesn't work. Little details like this are put in stories to make them seem believable. But I see right through that shit. Another thing I wanted to point out is his body language. But before we get to that, I wanted to point out to you guys, you see here that he's already posting, he just posted it actually, a picture. Well, you see, you know, Tasha K is following him, and you see how he just posted a picture, basically already trying to gain clout off this situation. He says, I'm a survivor, men too. And Tasha K leaves a comment in the bottom like, boys, stop, there's real victims out there. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, it is a serious topic, but here you are making fun of it, gaining clout off this. You have a screenshot of Tasha K on your Instagram. Like, obviously you're trying to gain clout. So let's go on to his body language now. There are a few things that people do when they're lying, right? They have a change in their voice. They may try and be still. As you can see in his video, he cannot sit still. He's looking from side to side. He's grabbing his collar, flicking his collar. He's honestly looks very nervous as he's telling the story. Sees here, their bodily expressions change, their language, the direction of their eyes. Obviously, he's looking to the right a lot, which may mean he's lying if he's left-handed, or it may mean that he's actually recalling this from memory. To me, it seems like he's lying. I guarantee you this guy is left-handed. Let's see what else. Oh, that hardline pause right there. He took a huge pause before he got to that part in the story. I'll play the video for you guys again where you can see that he paused. Improvising with details. Do you see that? Improvising with details. Like I said, this is the 10 top signs that someone is lying. This is from forensicscollege.com. It says, did you know that just 54% of lies can be accurately spotted? And when it comes to improvising with details, it says, since a liar may make up things as they go, they may also have a tendency to add excessive detail to better convince themselves or others of what they're saying. They may also embellish with details that a person who is telling the truth wouldn't think of adding. For example, a poster on allwomenstalk.com said that her mom could always tell when her brother was telling a lie because her brother would just talk on and on when questioned. So honestly, like I said, to me, it seems like this guy has been following Tasha K for a long time. Who knows? Him and Tasha K may actually know each other. But in the same 24 hours that he tells his story, he just happens to get interviewed by Tasha K. He has pictures of Tasha K on his Instagram. Him and Tasha K have a relationship. And he just happens to corroborate both Star Marie and Tasha K's stories about her having a lot of Monistat around when Star Marie used to live with her. So in his eyes, mentioning the Monistat makes his story more credible, and in Tasha K's eyes, him mentioning Monistat makes her and Star Marie's viewpoint more credible, which actually would be Star Marie's. I guess Tasha K is just reporting on it, but obviously this is good for both of them, right? Wrong, because any intelligent human knows that nobody goes around sticking Monistat inside their vagina before they have freaking intercourse. So let's go back to the part in Jack's story where he mentions the Monistat, and I will point out to you guys why I think he's lying. I mean, besides the fact that he has actor, writer, director, producer on his page, sometimes I make myself laugh the hardest. I'm sure you do. I really do feel like this is just a big joke to him, a way to get his little Instagram page from 2,000 subscribers to maybe 20K or wherever this is going to lead him. This is just a joke to him. But I'm going to show you the exact video like that points out his lying freaking antics the most. As you see here, he cannot sit still. He's looking back and forth. At one point, he even grabs his collar out of nervousness. It doesn't really matter if he's left or right-handed because he's looking in both directions. If you're right-handed and you look to the left a lot, it means you're looking into your imagination part of your brain where you make stuff up on the fly. And as you see, he's constantly looking to the left as he's telling the story. A serious person that would be telling a story about him being a victim of being raped and drugged would not be playing around with it like this. They're not going to be nervous. They're not going to be looking back and forth. They're going to be looking straight into the camera and telling their story. Have you guys seen the Michael Jackson documentary? Those kids had no problem telling their story, looking straight into the camera and telling their stories. Then we have this hardline pause in the middle of his story. As it states here on forensicscolleges.com, Liars may pause a lot as they work to construct details or stories in their head to explain their actions using a storyline that really did not occur. Lifehack.com reports that paying attention to these pauses can be important because it may mean an individual is making up events as they talk. Prevention Magazine additionally says that people who pause, who seem to be thinking hard, or who show gaps in their conversation may be exhibiting behaviors consistent with people who lie. My initial reaction when I saw this guy's, 7-part video was that he was lying. He reminds me of someone I know in real life that just makes up stories to gain fame and popularity because he has nothing else better to do with his time. And honestly, I have had a few thoughts of did Tasha K maybe put him up to this to kind of help her with the things that she has going on right now? Could she have done it just for entertainment? I have no clue. What do you guys think? Do you think maybe she has it in her to put someone up to this to kind of help her out with her lawsuit? Or do you think that it was just strictly coincidence that this guy maybe followed Tasha K and saw this interview, saw that it was a rumor that Cardi B used to hold a lot of Monistat on her and just used that in his story to make his story more believable? Or do you think maybe it's a possibility that this Jack guy is telling the truth and that instead of going to the police, filing his own lawsuit, filing his own criminal charges that could end in a large settlement for himself, instead went to Instagram to post his story and include that she used Monistat before having sex and then magically got interviewed by Tasha K within 24 hours to corroborate their story? I'm just saying. Do you think it's a possibility that he's telling the truth? Let's get this conversation started, guys. I really want to know what you think. Am I tripping? Please let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, like it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Whatever you want to do. Subscribe if you want to hear more of my opinions on recent topics on YouTube. Holler.